Life doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes it takes a turn so sharp that it shatters everything you once believed in. One moment you are in control, and the next you are left picking up the broken pieces of your dreams, wondering if you will ever feel whole again. But let me tell you something. Those broken pieces are not your weakness. They are the blueprint for your comeback. There comes a time when you must reset your life, not because you have failed, but because you deserve a fresh start. You must step back and say enough. Enough of living in the past. Enough of carrying the burden of guilt, regret, and self-doubt. Enough of waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. When life pushes you to the ground, you have two choices. Either you stay there and let the weight of your past define you, or you rise despite the pain and redefine your future. Resetting your life is not about erasing what happened to you. It's about deciding that what happened to you will not control what happens next. Think about it. How often do we reset our phones when they start lagging? We clear the clutter, remove unnecessary apps, and update the system. Why? Because we want them to function better. Then why don't we do the same with our lives? Why do we hold on to outdated versions of ourselves, filled with fear and limitations? Hit that reset button. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made. Let go of the people who no longer uplift you. Stop replaying the pain and start rewriting your story. Your past is just a chapter, not the whole book. You are still the author, and you have the power to turn the page. Life is an unpredictable journey, filled with twists, turns, and unexpected obstacles. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where everything seems to be falling apart, and no matter how hard we try, things just don't go as planned. These moments of crisis, though painful, are not the end of the road. They are an invitation to reset, rebuild, and embrace a fresh start. But what does it really mean to reset your life? It means stepping away from the weight of the past, breaking free from self-imposed limitations, and allowing yourself to grow into the person you were always meant to be. It means understanding that failure is not final and setbacks are not permanent. Life gives us endless opportunities to start over, but the real question is, are we willing to take them? One of the biggest reasons people resist change is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of judgment, or simply fear of stepping out of their comfort zone. Many of us would rather stay in a life that is unfulfilling than risk starting over, simply because we don't know what the future holds. But think about this. What if your greatest breakthrough is waiting for you on the other side of that fear? What if the very thing you're scared of is the thing that will set you free? The truth is, growth never happens in comfort. Every great transformation begins with a moment of discomfort, a moment where you decide to take a leap of faith despite not knowing where you will land. Another reason people hesitate to embrace fresh starts is because they feel tied to their past. They define themselves by their mistakes, their failures, or the hardships they've endured. But let me remind you, your past is just a chapter, not the whole book. You are not your failures. You are not the heartbreak you suffered. You are not the missed opportunities or the mistakes you've made. You are more than that. You are capable of transformation, of rewriting your story, of becoming someone stronger and wiser than before. Think about a caterpillar. When it goes through metamorphosis, it completely dissolves inside the cocoon before emerging as a butterfly. It does not hold on to its old form. It does not resist change. It simply surrenders to the process, allowing itself to transform into something new. The same applies to you. You do not have to remain the person you were yesterday. You have the power to shed old identities, to let go of past pain, and to step into a new version of yourself. A fresh start isn't always about changing external circumstances. Sometimes it's about shifting your perspective. You don't always have to change your job, move to a new city, or cut ties with people to reset your life. Sometimes all you need is a change in mindset. Instead of seeing failure as an end, see it as a lesson. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what you can learn. Instead of blaming yourself, forgive yourself and move forward. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. If you believe that a fresh start is possible, it is. But if you keep telling yourself that you are stuck, that you have no choice, that things will never change, then that becomes your reality. Change begins in the mind. Reset your thinking and you will reset your life. Knowing that you need a fresh start is one thing, but taking action is another. Here are a few practical ways to embrace a reset in your life. Take time to evaluate where you are and where you want to be. What is holding you back? What changes need to be made? Let go of resentment, whether it's towards yourself or others. Holding on to past pain only keeps you stuck. Remove anything that no longer serves you. This could be toxic relationships, negative self-talk, or even physical clutter in your environment. A fresh start means new direction. Define clear, achievable goals that align with the life you want to create. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. One decision at a time, one new habit at a time. The people you spend time with impact your mindset. Surround yourself with those who inspire and uplift you. The most important step of all, trust that you are capable of change, capable of growth, and capable of creating a better life. No matter how far you've fallen, no matter how lost you feel, it is never too late to start again. Life is constantly evolving, and so are you. Every sunrise brings a new chance to begin, to reset, to embrace the person you are becoming. Take a deep breath. Let go of what was. Step into what can be. This is your moment. Your fresh start begins now. Regret and guilt are two of the heaviest burdens a person can carry. They weigh down the soul, cloud the mind, and keep you anchored in a past that no longer serves you. If you truly want to reset your life, you must learn to let go of these emotions and free yourself from their grip. Regret is the feeling of sorrow over something you did or didn't do in the past. It's that little voice that whispers, "If only I had done things differently." Guilt, on the other hand, is the emotional punishment we give ourselves for our perceived mistakes, even when they were unintentional. While regret makes us wish we could rewrite the past, guilt convinces us that we are undeserving of happiness because of our past actions. Both emotions serve a purpose in small doses. They teach us lessons and help us grow. But when we hold on to them for too long, they become toxic. They stop being lessons and turn into self-imposed life sentences, keeping us trapped in a cycle of self-blame and unworthiness. When you constantly replay past mistakes in your mind, you are no longer living in the present. You are mentally stuck in a place that no longer exists, missing out on the opportunities and beauty of now. Growth requires change, and change requires letting go. If you keep holding on to the past, you are denying yourself the chance to evolve into a better version of yourself. Carrying the weight of guilt and regret is exhausting. It consumes your thoughts, drains your motivation, and prevents you from fully investing in your present and future. When you constantly remind yourself of your mistakes, you start believing that you are unworthy of happiness, success, or love. This negative self-perception affects your confidence and your ability to move forward. Regret And guilt can prevent you from forming healthy relationships. You may feel unworthy of love, push people away, or struggle with trust issues, all because you are still punishing yourself for the past. Letting go is not easy, but it is necessary. Here's how you can free yourself. You cannot release something you refuse to acknowledge. Accept that you are feeling regret or guilt, but understand that these emotions do not define you. They are just passing thoughts, not permanent truths. Your mistakes are something you did, not something you are. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you learn from them. You are not the same person who made that mistake. You have grown, evolved, and changed. If your past actions hurt someone, take responsibility. Apologize if you can, and make things right where possible. But also understand that some situations cannot be undone. In such cases, forgive yourself and commit to doing better. Instead of replaying the past, ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? Every mistake has a lesson. Take the wisdom and leave the pain behind. Imagine a friend who made a mistake and is drowning in guilt. What would you say to them? You would remind them that they are human, that they deserve happiness, and that they can move forward. Now say the same to yourself. Forgive yourself the way you would forgive someone you love. Stop seeing yourself as a person defined by past mistakes. Instead, see yourself as someone who has learned and grown. Tell yourself a different story, one of resilience, transformation, and self-acceptance. The past cannot be changed, but the present is in your hands. Focus on what you can do now to create a better future. Invest your energy in things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Sometimes guilt and regret can be overwhelming. Seeking professional help, talking to a mentor, or sharing with a trusted friend can help you process these emotions and move forward. Letting go of regret and guilt is a choice. It is a decision to stop punishing yourself for things you can no longer change and to start embracing the life that is waiting for you. You deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve a fresh start. And the only thing standing between you and that fresh start is your willingness to let go. Life is unpredictable. It will test you, break you, and push you to the edge. But the most important thing to remember is this: you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the author of your story. No matter what has happened to you in the past, you have the power to take control of your narrative and shape your future. Many people spend their lives trapped by what happened to them. They replay painful memories, dwell on past mistakes, and let their history define who they are. But the truth is, you are not your past. Your past is only a chapter of your life. It is not the entire book. Think about it this way. If you were reading a novel and the main character went through hardships in the early chapters, would you assume their story was over? Of course not. You would keep reading, knowing that their journey was still unfolding. So why do you assume your own hardships mean the end of your story? Every setback, every heartbreak, every loss, these are just pages in your book. You get to decide what the next chapter looks like. You have the power to turn the page and start fresh. One of the biggest obstacles to taking control of your narrative is the story you keep telling yourself. If you keep saying, "I'm not good enough," "I'm a failure," or "nothing ever works out for me," then you will continue to live that reality. But what if you change the script? What if, instead of saying, "I am broken," you said, "I am rebuilding"? What if, instead of saying, "I have lost everything," you said, "I have a chance to start again"? The words you use to describe yourself become your truth. The way you see yourself shapes your actions, and your actions shape your reality. If you want a new life, you must start with a new mindset. You must believe in your own strength, even when the world tells you otherwise. Too often, we let other people dictate who we should be. Society, family, friends, they all have opinions about how we should live. But at the end of the day, this is your life, and only you can decide what makes you truly happy. If you let others control your decisions, you will always feel trapped. You will live according to their expectations instead of your own dreams. But when you take back control, when you stop living for approval and start living for yourself, that's when true freedom begins. Ask yourself, are you making choices based on what you want or what others expect? Are you holding yourself back because of fear of judgment? If no one else's opinion mattered, what would you do differently? Taking control of your narrative means silencing the voices that don't serve you and listening to the one that matters most, your own. Some of the most inspiring stories in the world come from people who took their pain and turned it into power. People who refused to let their struggles define them, but instead used those struggles as fuel to create something greater. Your hardships are not the end. They are the beginning of something new. The things that hurt you, the challenges you faced, the moments that tested you, all of them can be transformed into lessons, wisdom, and strength. Think of a seed buried in the darkness of the soil. It could see itself as trapped, believing that it will never escape. But instead, it pushes through, using that darkness as the foundation to grow into something magnificent. You are that seed. Your pain is not your prison. It is your soil. Use it to grow. Taking control of your narrative is not just about thinking differently. It's about taking action. Here's how you can start rewriting your story today. Stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can I learn from this? Your struggles can either break you or build you. Choose to let them build you. Where do you want to go from here? What kind of person do you want to become? Write down your goals and take small steps every day toward them. The people around you influence your mindset. Choose to be around those who uplift, encourage, and inspire you. Distance yourself from negativity. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I can't, replace it with, I will figure it out. Your mind believes what you tell it. Mistakes are a part of growth. Stop punishing yourself for your past. Learn from it. Forgive yourself. And move forward. No matter where you are in life right now, remember this: your story is not over. You have the power to rewrite your future, to take control of your narrative, and to become the person you were meant to be. Life will throw challenges your way. Yes, you will have moments of doubt, but you are stronger than your struggles. You are bigger than your past, and you are capable of creating a future that is beautiful, fulfilling, and entirely your own. Life, like a computer or a smartphone, can become cluttered over time. We accumulate emotional baggage, toxic relationships, outdated beliefs, and negative experiences that slow us down. Just as we reset our devices when they become sluggish, we must do the same with our lives. Decluttering is not just about cleaning physical spaces. It's about clearing mental, emotional, and spiritual burdens to create room for growth, clarity, and purpose. One of the biggest reasons people feel stuck in life is that they continue to carry things that no longer serve them. This could be in the form of people who drain your energy, discourage your dreams, or make you feel less than you are. Procrastination, self-doubt, or the constant need for validation that keeps you from moving forward. The weight of mistakes, heartbreaks, and disappointments that replay in your mind like a broken record. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve happiness, or it's too late to change, keep you trapped in a cycle of stagnation. The first step to decluttering your life is recognizing what's holding you back. It's time to take an honest inventory of your thoughts, habits, and relationships and ask yourself, is this helping me grow or is it keeping me stuck? If it doesn't add value to your life, it's time to let it go. Just as a cluttered room can make you feel overwhelmed, a toxic environment can drain your energy. Your surroundings have a profound impact on your mindset and productivity. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, whether from people, media, or even your own thoughts, it will be difficult to move forward. If certain people in your life are always bringing drama, discouragement, or toxicity, it's okay to step back. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Social media, news, and entertainment can feed negativity into your mind. Be mindful of what you allow into your space. Follow inspiring content, read uplifting books, and engage in conversations that nurture your growth. Your physical space affects your mental space. Clean and organize your surroundings to create a peaceful environment that promotes clarity and creativity. Decluttering your environment is about making conscious choices that align with your growth and well-being. If something is constantly draining you, it's time to remove it. We often carry emotional weight from past experiences, pain, grudges, disappointments, and regrets that weigh us down. Holding on to these emotions keeps us chained to the past, preventing us from embracing new opportunities. Forgiveness is not about excusing others' actions. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. When you forgive, you release the power that pain has over you. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is that you learn from them and move forward. Dwelling on the past does not change it. It only steals your present and future. Be kind to yourself. You are growing, evolving, and learning. Instead of criticizing yourself for what went wrong, acknowledge how far you've come. Letting go of emotional clutter is about making peace with your past so you can fully embrace your present. A mind filled with overthinking, fear, and doubt can be exhausting. Mental clutter keeps you distracted, anxious, and unable to focus on what truly matters. It's time to clear your mind and regain control over your thoughts. Focus on the present moment instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Meditation, deep breathing, and journaling can help declutter your thoughts. When self-doubt creeps in, replace it with positive affirmations. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," remind yourself, "I am capable and I will figure it out." Not everything deserves your attention. Focus on your goals, passions, and the things that bring you joy. A decluttered mind is a powerful mind. When you free yourself from unnecessary worries, you create space for clarity, confidence, and purpose. Decluttering is not just about removing the old. It's about making space for new opportunities, experiences, and growth. When you clear out negativity, you invite positivity into your life. Choose relationships that uplift and inspire you. Engage in activities that bring joy and fulfillment. With a clear mind and heart, define what you want to achieve and take action. Let go of fear and step into the unknown. Every reset in life brings new lessons, adventures, and opportunities. Decluttering your life is an act of self-care and self-respect. It's a commitment to your well-being and growth. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you create space for what truly matters. Reset, refocus, and reclaim your life. The best version of you is waiting on the other side of letting go. We often wait for the right time to begin something new. We tell ourselves, "I'll start when I feel ready. I'll take action when I have more confidence. I'll make a change when the situation improves." But the truth is, the perfect moment is an illusion. If you keep waiting for the stars to align, you might spend your entire life standing still. Think about it. How many times have you delayed taking a step forward simply because you were afraid? Afraid of failing, afraid of what others might think, afraid that you might not be good enough. Fear disguises itself as logic. It convinces you that waiting is the safe option. But waiting is just another form of self-sabotage. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to move. Every day you postpone your dreams, you are sacrificing opportunities that may never come back. Imagine standing at the edge of a river, knowing you need to cross to reach your destination. You hesitate, thinking, what if the water is too deep? What if I slip? What if I fail? And so you wait. But with every moment of hesitation, the river grows wider. Eventually, the gap becomes so vast that crossing seems impossible. That is what waiting does to your life. It turns small obstacles into insurmountable barriers. There is a famous saying, "A year from now, you will wish you had started today." Time moves forward whether you act or not. The difference is, if you take action, you move forward with time. If you don't, you remain stuck in the same place, watching opportunities pass you by. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is that we need to be fully prepared before we take action. We believe we need more knowledge, more skills, or more confidence before we begin. But let me ask you, when was the last time you felt completely ready for something new? Whether it was a job, a relationship, or a major life decision, chances are you never felt 100% prepared. And yet, you moved forward anyway. Progress doesn't come from perfection. It comes from taking the first step despite the fear. The most successful people in the world did not wait until they felt completely confident. They started before they were ready, and in the process of doing, they became ready. Taking action doesn't mean making drastic changes overnight. Sometimes, the most powerful resets in life begin with small, consistent steps. Think about it. If you want to climb a mountain, you don't do it in one giant leap. You take it step by step, one foot in front of the other. Ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today that will move me closer to where I want to be? What fear is holding me back, and how can I challenge it? What excuses have I been making, and how can I overcome them? The key is to start. Even if your first step is tiny, it's still progress. And once you take that first step, momentum begins to build. Each action you take strengthens your confidence, and soon, what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Excuses are the enemy of progress. We tell ourselves, I'm too old to start over. I don't have enough resources. I've already failed before, so why try again? But every excuse you make is just a way of avoiding discomfort. The reality is, growth is uncomfortable, change is difficult, but staying stuck is even worse. The people who achieve great things in life are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Every setback is a lesson. Every mistake is a stepping stone. So the next time you catch yourself making an excuse, ask, is this excuse based on reality, or is it just fear talking? If I don't take action now, will I regret it later? What is the worst that could happen if I try? Chances are the worst case scenario is never as bad as you imagine. And even if you fail, you will have gained experience, wisdom, and resilience. None of us know how much time we have in this life. The clock is always ticking. And yet we act as if we have all the time in the world. We delay our dreams, believing that there will always be a tomorrow. But what if tomorrow never comes? What if the opportunity you're waiting for disappears forever? The truth is, every moment you waste is a moment you will never get back. Instead of waiting for the right time, make this the right time. Instead of hoping for the perfect conditions, create them. Instead of dreaming about a better future, start building it right now. You have a choice to make. You can either keep waiting, watching life pass you by, or you can take action and start shaping your destiny. No one else can reset your life for you. No one else can take that first step. It has to come from you. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop doubting yourself. The time to reset your life is not some